Nigeria 3, Australia 2. Nigeria got top of the group. Top of the group. Well done, Super Falcons. That was an exciting game. That's one of the more exciting games we've watched this World Cup. I had so many notes written down. I'm still going to go through some of them. But I think what we need to, the most important facts today is the fact that we came back from a goal down. Nigeria has never won a World Cup game coming from a goal down. And to go up 3-1. And then, yes, Kennedy scored and made it 3-2 right there at the end. But it was a Navi 2 minutes at the end. Also, what were those 11 minutes? But anyway. We showed resilience. We showed a lot of fight. I loved what the girls did today. Even after going 1-0 down, the threat of having Ayinde and what's her name? Ajibade. Having Ajibade and Ayinde back into the team made a big difference. I was surprised Oshoala was benched, but the game plan actually worked. Onumonu actually, she did her thing. She wasn't too bad. But the person who's impressed me the most today was the two players in midfield, Uchebe and Tony Payne. Yes. Hey, I have had to learn so many names during this World Cup. Tony Payne, Uchebe. Tony Payne and Uchebe. Tony Payne was she's not the best defensively, but going forward, you can see how she builds up. She helps advance the play. So even the first goal, when actually Australia scored first. When Australia scored first, I was like, obviously disappointed. But the way we were playing, like the way we were counter-attacking, we were way more comfortable on the ball, way more confident in our passing. Passing was still not great, but a bit more confident. The players in midfield were actually trying to control the game. And that is a much bigger improvement compared to the Canada game. So seeing Tony Payne and Uchebe in midfield, Uchebe was not even handling the ball a lot. But once we lost the ball, her job was just to clean up. And I think she really shone through 70 minutes going forward, and her fitness is insane. Like, this woman was running 90 minutes. She's still making sprints against subs and getting the ball before them. So I was really impressed by her. So Australia scored through Van Egmond just a few minutes before halftime. That was her first World Cup goal, by the way, since 2011. And her last goal against another African team, Equatorial Guinea. Caitlin Ford was giving us problems. The two people who gave us problems today were Caitlin Ford and Catley, the captain. Both Arsenal players, by the way. So Catley was just, her corners were wild. Like, her corners were just problems. And if you see what Keenan said on the live, that her corners are better than Mason Mount's. The two of them were the ones who were causing problems. And the goal was as a result of Caitlin Ford making a run on the wing and then crossing the ball. And Vine eventually finished, but it was the run that what's her name? Van Egmond scored, but it was Vine's run through the middle when Caitlin Ford was not in the middle that created the space for Edmond to finish. So at that point I was like, okay, Sawa. We can still come back. We can still play our way back. I didn't expect us to score just before halftime, and it came through Ajibade. So what the coach did is, I think 30 minutes in, Ajibade and Uchenna Kanu switched wings. And by the way, I said it in the predictions that Uchenna Kanu needed to start this game. You saw how the two of them were. The two wings, now we had wingers who actually want to attack, want to attack the fullbacks. And Alozie was amazing. I know I gave her a lot of stick the last game. Today, Alozie was one of my better players. I will not even, she was very decisive this time, completely different player. So the ball came to, it was a long ball, and then Plumpter just headed it twice. Two headers, second header, ball falls to Tony Payne. Who else? Gives a nice ball to Ajibade. Ajibade on the wing doing her thing, step over, cuts back in, tries the cross, the ball deflects to Uchenna Kanu. First time finish, doesn't even think about it. Neat finish, we go into halftime 1-1. And I feel like that was the turning point of the game. Crucial time to score your first goal at the World Cup and the first goal of the game. Going into the second half, obviously the Australians started a bit stronger. They were getting on the front foot. They actually had 15 corners in this game, and they were not letting down. And then 60 minutes in is when things took a turn for the better for us, because the coach brought in Oshoala. And the first thing Oshoala does is just pressure Backs. Ball comes in 50-50 pressure, ends up being a corner. From that corner, we score our second goal, right? Ball comes again to Ajibade, second phase of play. She headers it across the face of goal, and Ohale is brave enough to go and put in a header despite getting a massive kick on her ribs. I'm glad she ended up continuing the game, but that showed a lot of bravery. So at that point, 2-1, we're going well. I'm like, okay, now we actually need to balance between attacking when we get an opportunity, because Australia are going to come forward. They're the hosts. They need to show impetus, and now they're 2-1 down. We need to have a balance between defending well and attacking. So at that point, I was 50-50. I didn't know what was going to happen until Toni Payne received the ball in midfield. Her first 2 touches were not the best, but some of the ball came back to her. And she just chipped it over in a very dangerous position. And I think this is one thing that Oshoala brings to the team. I feel like had she started this game, we would have had way more confidence up front. But the thing is, it also worked in our favor in a way where she came in and gave something totally different, and Australia could not handle us. But yeah, the ball came over. The defender tries heading back to the goalkeeper, but the keeper is also coming, so it goes over the keeper. And Oshoala finishes from a tight position to make it 3-1 and takes off a shirt and tells people that I am here. This is my stadium. I'm winning Brisbane green. And at that point, I was just like, guys, we have done it. 73 minutes in, I'm like, yeah, girls have done it. Super Falcons. Now it was up to us to be professional and see off this game. And we did well for a while. The thing that really worried me after that is Ayinde's injury. She really rolled her ankle really badly and had to be subbed off for Echegini. And Echegini and Ogbon actually came in for Ayinde and Plumter. And Plumter was probably one of the tallest players in the Nigerian team. So for her to be subbed off was a bit weird, but I guess she was getting tired, so you have to just basically make that sub, But at that point on is when, again, as I said, Uchebe came through. Uchebe shone through. Uchebe was actually one of my players of the match. She was not on the score sheet, didn't assist, but the way she covered that defense, for me, she'd be my man of my player of the match. Then yeah, it was a special moment for Onome Ebi to come on in the 90th minute. 40-year-old coming in and to help shut up shop. They added 11 minutes, which I don't know where they came from, but it was the most nervous 11 minutes I've ever had in my life. Caitlin Ford had a chance sometime, I think 6 minutes into stoppage time, and Nadozi saved. It was a header, but it came straight to Nadozi, and Nadozi saved. And how crucial is that save now? Because with 2 minutes left in the 11, through Alana Kennedy, anything could have happened. It could have been 3-3. Australia would have come back and won 4-3. But that save was crucial. But all in all, congratulations, Nigeria. 3-2 winners, go top of the group. Next game is against Ireland. Australia have to win their next game to go through. Yeah, this was a solid performance. I'm so proud of the girls. And let's go Super Falcons. We got this. All the way to the knockout stages. Now we're making the final.